I felt the difference in my body. I can feel my digestion was better. I can feel the bloating was going down. So I felt all of that physical components, but I didn't get to see what other people were seeing physically about my body until someone was saying it. Because I'm like, I know it's changing, but is it that noticeable? And people were complimenting me and saying, hey, you're looking great. And I'm like, okay. This is awesome.
All right, ladies. So today we are going to be talking with Shanna, who is one of our, I guess, past clients, because you're just now wrapping up. That's crazy. That went by really fast. I think you're almost done. But I want to share your story because I feel like possibility is so important for people to see like what's possible on the other side. But then also, I think your story is very unique because you're a very determined person. You know, you're a single mom. You have a lot going on. You're really busy. And it's really easy to be like, I don't have time to prioritize my health. I don't have time to try and focus on this. And so I think that that's an important aspect to share. So I would love for you to kind of share whatever you're comfortable with, where you were prior to the program, what made you reach out and be like, okay, I think I need to do this.
Okay. Well, prior to the program, I did not have any energy. I would try to take a nap as soon as I got home just to have energy to get through the rest of the day. I was struggling with a lot of health issues like anxiety, depression, my weight, feeling like heartburn all the time after I would eat. And I learned a lot from the program alone. And it's just turned my life upside down, like in a good way. I want to keep my health on track for my kids. And that's what led me to pushing myself to go through this program. Because if I'm not 100% for myself, how can I be there for my kids 100%? So it's also important to me to make sure that I am accomplishing these goals so that I'm also setting that example for my kids. It's been a journey. It's been a great 6 months through all of this. And when I think back from where I was to now, I feel like a completely different person. Like I feel like I can actually get through life. I have goals and an actual set plan as to where I want to be in life and how I want my day to go and how I want my week to go. And it feels so clear now. But before I felt like there was nothing. There was no way out. And I didn't want to just put a Band-Aid on things. I wanted to actually really get to the root of the problem. And I feel like I have.
Yeah. And so I actually was the one that got to do your consult call like way back in the day, before you got on. And I remember you saying that you're like, I just don't even know where to start with my health. So it's like, what can I do to help my kids, not go through this if I just don't even know where I'm starting here? And I think that is sometimes the most confusing thing is that there's so much health information out there and there's so many different like avenues and things coming in. You're like, well, what do I need? Like, I don't know what I need to do. I'm sure I could try things, but then you kind of feel like you're wasting your time just trying things and throwing spaghetti at a wall.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely felt like that for a long time. You see so many videos out there. There's so many different platforms. And then you have friends that will say this or that, and you just don't know what advice to really follow. But for this program, I feel like I was able to answer those questions specifically for me, for what I needed, rather than it just being a program that is the same for everybody, or just a couple of questions being answered and then all of a sudden you know everything about me. And I just don't feel that that's the answer. I feel like it's just a couple of different scenarios written down and then thrown at people after a few questions. And I feel like there's definitely should be, you know, more depth to it, not, because I've checked out so many other different programs, but nothing really sticks. This really sticks. I really do like the community of it. There's there's some kind of fellowship with it. You're not just alone while you're doing it.
Yeah. We have heard that a lot where people are like, I tried different programs and I tried things and everybody was doing the same thing. And then I had questions or it didn't quite adapt to my life. And everything needs to be so personalized because something that we talk about, like one of the pillars is a sustainable hormone balancing routine, right? And if it's not sustainable, then it's not going to work for you. And sustainable looks different. So like you with your schedule and your kids looks different than like our night nurse's schedule. And so I remember in the beginning, you were like, I can't do this because I don't have time. And we're like, okay, 15 minutes a day. That's what we need from you right now. And you're like, okay, I can do 15 minutes.
And in the beginning was like, it was so horrible for me because I was like, oh my gosh, it started already? I'm like, I got so confused when I was like looking at it was said 7/24. I'm thinking at the end of July we're starting. No, it meant 7/20/24, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. I don't know why I thought of it differently, but now it made sense after I figured it out, and then I'm like, oh wow, this started like right now, and I'm like already behind, and then I had so much going on with family and there was just so much moving around. My mom was moving and I'm like, I don't even I don't even know. Like I'm I don't want to be behind, but it's okay. Everything was fine afterwards. And I said I was like, I can't do this. I'm like, I need to stop this. I think this is, uh I don't even know what I said. What did I say? I think maybe this isn't for me. What if I'm not gonna what if I'm just gonna go through all of this and it was for nothing because I didn't do any of the things that you were saying? No, I did everything that you said and I felt fantastic. Even after the first couple of weeks of doing it, I felt such a difference. So yeah, that is
Yeah.
pretty funny that you mentioned that.
That
I forgot that I even went through that in the beginning. The first month was like,
it was tricky. It sticks out to me because Caitlin was like, "Did you know that I can break all your videos up into 15-minute bites and this is how many days it would take to watch them?" And I was like, "How do you know that?" She goes, "I broke it down for Shanna." I was like, "Okay, thanks." Which is that's why we have the accountability coaches. Can you imagine that like I I want everybody to realize that they have the capability to do this, because I think that there's so many things that hold us back from feeling good. One of them is I think we just don't realize like how good we could feel because we're so used to feeling horrible, whether that's just no energy, just low grade anxiety, not great periods, not great digestion. We're like, oh, it's just my life. It goes, no, you can feel so much better. But then secondly, I think a lot of times we just can't imagine what feeling good would be like on the other side. And so we kind of question, can I do that? Like, am I worth that? Would I stick to it? And I, and I'm sure Shanna will be here to tell you that, like, as long as you just open our messages, we're going to take you with us. Like, we're not going to leave anybody left behind. And if that means we need to slow things way, way, way down, break things down even further, like, we're going to do that because we want you to see that success. You just have to keep trying.
yeah, you guys were definitely patient with me and you guys did not give up. Any other program would have given up on me, or just left me in the dust. And other programs, I also noticed that like it was just so robotic. It was just the same. You knew it was just scripted. But you guys were really, you guys actually talked to me like a human. I was actually talking to you guys. It was a message for me. And I like that you guys checked on me like, hey, what's going on? Hey, how are you? And just get on there and do those videos. And as soon as I did, I was like, oh, okay, this is really not that bad. Why am I making it harder than it is?
Yeah.
Um, and I guess just life, sometimes when we're just going.
Electrolytes are a fabulous way to literally boost your hydration, and there's so many benefits to bringing in electrolytes into your life. You will find that they boost your energy, you're going to find that they boost mood, they're going to support your immune system, they encourage healthy hormone levels, they support healthy brain function. I mean, you really can't go wrong with them, but you can if you choose the wrong brand, because a lot of them are really high in added sugars, or they'll have maltodextrin, or they'll have natural flavors, or any of these things that are going to impact your health in a negative way when you're trying to add electrolytes to support your health. And I have a lot of clients that don't react well to stevia, for example. So this is why I use Paleo Valley, and you guys, it's literally here right now in my mason jar. Lemon lime is my go-to flavor. I love this flavor. I think if you want to mix it with anything, it goes really well. It tastes really good just by itself. But I love them because there's no added sugars. They use monk fruit, so if you have sensitivity to stevia, you're not going to have an issue with these. There's no natural flavors. There's no citric acid. The potassium is derived from coconut water. I mean, you can't go wrong. It tastes amazing. There's no added sugars. It's derived from whole food forms. And so not only are you benefiting your health, but you don't have any of the negative side effects. So definitely try them out. They have a bunch of flavors. Like I said, lemon lime is my favorite. I do know some people that are obsessed with the orange. I like the watermelon as well. It's just that lemon lime stays at the top of my list of like the flavors that I love. So I can't go wrong with it. It's the one I recommend all the time. You can go to paleovalley.com/Leah or use the coupon code Leah to save 15%. That's PALEOVALLEY.com, and coupon code is LEAH to save 15%. Life happens. I mean, we have so many so many clients who will have family members die. They'll have just horrible things happen in their life. And we get that, there's never going to be a perfect time to try and make ourselves feel better. And so sometimes it's having that support as you navigate that is so important, because we always let go of our health, right? Like we always let go of that, the first possibility, oh, we're not a priority.
Yeah, we have to make ourselves a priority. And I've tried it before and not knowing where to start. Now that I have a plan and a vision of how my future is going to look, um, health wise, and it's easier. I know when I'm falling off of track and when I'm not feeling good, I know where it's coming from, what I did to feel that way. Like if I don't take my GI, no, was it the ox bile? Oh my goodness. If I don't take the ox bile, that's it. It's game over for me when I'm eating. I feel horrible. My indigestion is terrible because, well, I'm not breaking down any fats because there's no gallbladder there. And I am so upset that I didn't know about this the last 8 years of not having a gallbladder, because I could have been feeling so much better in these last 8 years. But now that I know about it, forget it. You're not going to be able to take ox bile out of my hands.
Do never take this away. And see, I remember we got your forms in, and Caitlin and I were looking through your lab, and I was like, she doesn't have a gallbladder. Why is she not on ox bile? And Caitlin's like, maybe she is. Let me ask. But no, you just didn't have a gallbladder, and doctors had never told you that this would be so life-changing for you.
Yeah, no one said anything. And I mean, I've heard of it, but through videos. And that's not something I wanted to trust just from a video. why, and I didn't even think to ask my doctor even about it. So it just never came up in conversation. Plus, I'm like, a dipsy doodle over here. I will forget things. So I'll go to the doctor like, yeah, everything is great. And then like forget, like I should have asked them like so many questions and I didn't.
Yeah. Well, I when I go to the doctor now for anything, I put it in the note section of my phone because you're just sitting there and you're talking to them like, "Do you have any questions?" You go, "No. Wait a second. Let me look at my notes because I probably do actually."
Yeah, exactly. And what I really like about uh your program is I was able to send you my message like of whatever question I had and I just sent it to you whatever time of day it was because I knew eventually it's going to get answered whether or not I needed the answer back right away. I was like, let me just ask it because this way you don't forget. And I got my answer every time.
Mhm. Yeah, the personal touch point accountability coach, like I go back and forth. I'm like, is the touch point accountability coach worth more than having the community? And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like they're both equally important.
Those definitely important. I like having the community there because we all get to support each other. Um, and at least like we all get to know like we're not through it alone. But then we have that coach too there that is able to also like take us, you guys are taking us under your wing to like guide us along and make sure we're on the right track or moving along somewhat and not falling behind. And, I like that. That definitely is something that is needed for the program.
It definitely makes a big change. What do you feel like was one of the biggest tools that you learned? Was it like in terms of mindset, or was it specifically with how you learned to balance your blood sugar with your life? Or what do you feel like was one of the biggest tools that you used that you were like, this made such a difference?
Ooh, that's so tough because there's just so many. Honestly, blood sugar is definitely important. It's definitely the one of the biggest. But I'm gonna put like one next to it. It's definitely the salt, the water. I cannot. When I tried go because I was like, oh, I'm running late and I can't put salt in the water, and I would drink just plain water. First of all, ew, gross. Can't drink plain water.
I remember you saying that. You're like, I don't drink water. I'm like, what? I've never met somebody who doesn't drink water.
Like it's got to be salt water now.
And that was based on your lab too, because of like your levels that was specifically really helpful for you. Yeah, gotta get that water in. It makes a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe I used to drink water without a little bit of salt in it. But it makes a huge difference because I feel it when I don't have that in there. I'm like, I feel really dehydrated today.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of salt. It just a little bit. It goes a long way.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. So, how are you feeling? How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling good. Um, I did take your tips everywhere with me, and it's hard to not want to like try to like I try to like help people when I'm like listening to them talk, and I'm like I turn into a Leah right away. I'm like, I want to help everybody around me. Like, you guys don't have to be suffering.
True. It's
So
true.
it's it's tough. It's tough out there just listening to people and it's also what's also tough is when you listen to people when they don't want to listen to the help.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. But
Yeah.
I do what I need to do for myself and I give myself some more self-care days, things that I like to do because before I was not doing any of that.
Hmm.
And I mean, my boys even see a difference. When I was starting the program and eating good, my son was like, "Whoa, mom, what's going on? Like, you're really going with this and it's like every day and you drink lemon water every day in the morning and what is happening? Oh, maybe I should do that. You lost weight already? Oh my, oh, just the reaction alone was great. And I don't know, like I feel like myself again prior to my health issues really catching up to me. So it's definitely life changing.
Did you feel like you started to notice the difference, like just first internally for you? Or was it when somebody commented and were like, what are you doing?
I felt it internally like first, like because I felt the difference in my body. Like and I can feel my digestion was better. I can feel the bloating was going down. So I felt all of that, all the physical components, but like I didn't get to see what other people were seeing physically about my body until someone was saying it. Cause I'm like, I know it's changing, but like, is it that noticeable? And people were complimenting me and saying, hey, yeah, like I see a difference. You're looking great. And I'm like, okay, this is
Thank
awesome.
you.
And I was seeing a personal trainer. It would be like once a week. And he recently isn't at the gym anymore. So I'm not gonna be seeing him anymore. Which is fine. I told him like it's all right. I'll save a few bucks. I won't, I'm not gonna go with someone new and I'm gonna try to come here myself and do the workouts. He said you definitely can because you know the workouts and you know how to do them and you know how to use the machines you already learned. He's like, so I don't see why you can't. So that was also uplifting too, because, someone, and I actually have been sharing along my journey with the personal training with him. Like, I'm doing this program too.
Mm.
So I was like talking his ear off, and he's like, you're doing really good. I don't see why you can't do this yourself. So it's really good to hear also from someone who's not even in this program to tell me, like, you got this and you can do this on your own. You don't need a personal trainer. I think I was very successful in the gym this time around because of your program. If it wasn't for the program, I probably would have quit because I would have lost my energy. I would have been not eating correctly, not balancing my blood sugar. So I would have been having energy dips and not wanting to go to the gym. It would have fell apart. So everything is important. Um, and I take all of the tips and I hold on to them very tightly now because I need them.
And I think another reason why you stuck with the gym and where you did all of the things is you did a lot of mental shifting.
Oh,
You
yes,
did
I
a
did.
lot of mental shifting to be like, I'm worth it and I can do this and actually truly believe that. I mean, I remember very distinctly because I always get my check-ins from my coaches and you were about 14 weeks in. So it was just over half. And Caitlin had sent me your check in for that week. And I was like, Shauna, it's past the hump. We have made the switch because your whole tone of voice changed instead of like, I'm going to do this because I have to do this. You were like, I am doing this because I am awesome. I was like, yes, there you go. And you were starting to notice such a massive difference in how you felt.
Absolutely. Like when I'm not in the gym, I'm like, ugh, I can't do it. But then as soon as I get in that gym and I start working out just a little bit, or even if it's a at home workout, I'm like, I can do this. I feel so good. And when I'm eating right, like it makes a big difference how I feel when I'm doing that workout. And
Yeah,
it can be this littlest workout. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. So
exactly.
the videos that come along with the program, like those are so useful because at least I know what I can be doing around what phase of my period. And I always keep a mental note in the back of my head, like, oh, you're on your cycle and you need to not be going crazy at the gym. I know you want to, but you need to put down the weight, okay? You need to go 5 pounds lighter, Shauna, because you're not going to be able to move all month long. And the one day, I think it was one cycle, I did a little too hard in the gym, and I paid the price all month.
You were like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I was so pumped up though, and I was like, all right, I know that even though I'm pumped up and I have the energy, don't waste it all in that first week.
Yeah. Really honoring where you are in your cycle is so important.
Yeah.
You want a place to be able to balance your hormones naturally. That's why you listen to this podcast. You want a place to ask questions, but you either don't want to commit to a program or you have been held back from the cost of one-on-one coaching, but you still want those results. And that is where Hormone Reset membership is going to change your life. Okay. So I created this for you, specifically for you, based on your guys' feedback and the questions you ask and the support you say that you want. And the Hormone Reset membership, you are going to get the training and the education to balance your hormones naturally. So I'm literally going to be taking you step by step through the training modules on how to go about actually balancing your hormones naturally. But on top of that, you're going to get one-on-one support in the private community. So in our private community, you can be sharing your meals, you can be sharing symptoms that you're having, you can get the feedback on making the changes as you are adapting everything and learning, because that's going to be such a game changer for you, because you could have the information, but you're going to need help navigating and implementing it in your life as you adapt it to specifically what you have going on. And on top of that, I know some of you are like, I just want testing. I want to have your eyes on my health and all of that. So you do have the option as well to add on testing, which is, whether it's hair tissue mineral analysis, you want us to go over blood work, thyroid labs, a hormone panel, a stool test, like whatever you're wanting, this is the place where it's kind of just like stepping into the hormone world and getting the one-on-one support specific to you. And you just get exactly what you need. So if you just want a hair tissue mineral analysis, that's what you get. If you want to add on GI map testing, that's what you get. If you're like, no, I just need the lifestyle and the nutrition and that's what I want to focus on, that's what you get. And we're in there helping you navigate it all in the private community so you can get that one-on-one feedback. And then on top of that, you can also get on some group calls. We have an option to join a group call once a week. Well, we actually have 2 options. Just pick the one that works for you. And you can hop on and ask all the questions. This is great. This is the perfect place for my postpartum and my pregnant moms who are like, I need help, but I'm not quite ready for like a full program, but I need help with the symptoms that I'm dealing with. This is great for someone who's like, I've been dealing with mood issues, period cramps, some gut issues, anxiety, I can't lose weight. This is going to be such a good fit for you. Okay. So you can go to bit.ly/join-HRM. Okay. So that's bit.ly/join-HRM. If that confused you, you can just go to leahbrueggemann.com and literally it will say Hormone Reset membership and you can join there. So I'm excited to see you in there. I know this is going to be a really big game changer for you. So what would you say to the Shanna prior to the program? So someone who is in your shoes, who's like, I am sick of feeling this way, but I'm also scared to make this investment. Also, I think it can be very intimidating joining a virtual program. What would you say to them?
I would say the faster you join, the faster you're going to realize you should have joined even sooner. Don't waste time, just do it. And I was scared when I first started, but it was just soon as I started those videos, I was like, oh, this is going to change my life because this is exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely life-changing, and I wish I could just take myself even a year ago to find you.
Yeah.
I wish I would have came across you so much sooner because it would have just made, I would have been, could you imagine how much further I could be right now?
Yeah, but you found us at the right time for you.
Yes, and honestly, it's even more perfect because next week I start this new process at work where I'm going to be getting into a new position and I won't be able to listen to those videos while I'm working like I used to.
Yeah.
So I had finished the program in just the perfect time.
There you go.
I can still listen to you once I get, settled back into work, I can listen to you. But when I'm learning something new, I can't have anything in the background. I can't not have anything in my ear. I have to be so hyper focused on what I'm doing. Can't be distracted. So it's like I started at a perfect time and I am ending at a perfect time.
100%. It's always right for you. And, it's always easy to look back and be like, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. But you know what? We find everything in the timing that's perfect for us.
Absolutely. So if there's anyone out there that is questioning to do it, I say, why not? Your health is worth it and you deserve to feel just as awesome as I do.
Yeah, I agree.
And I wish they could listen to how much I was crying on that first video. My initial meeting with you, I was so lost. I was crying about how lost I was.
Yeah. And like, I don't take that lightly. I have so many people cry on me. Like, I have had people literally like get 5 words in and then just start bawling their eyes out. They're like, never mind, I can't even talk about it. Like, because it's hormones and health, especially if you've been dealing with it for such a long time. It's so personal and
Yeah.
you just sometimes feel like I can't even put a voice to it because then it makes it so real, even though you've been struggling with it for a long time. So
That was definitely me for a long time. And I just want to save everybody I know.
yeah.
If I could do that, I would. Like I just want everyone to go through your program. It's so life changing. And the way you explain things in your videos, I understand why I need to do the things I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
honestly, I think that's also what makes the difference for me too is you can't just tell me what to do. I need to know why. I need to know the whole picture.
Yeah. And I think that goes for a lot of people. Like, if you don't understand why are you going to stick to it? Why is it going to matter to you? Why is it going to be deeply important? So I get that. I actually used to teach piano. It's a really long time ago now that I think about it. How long have I had Landon? So I haven't taught piano in like 5 years, but I taught piano for like 12 years of my life. And I'm like, I feel like that really set me up to do this well because I can just break things down in that way. So I think, it served me well. I'm like, oh, I pivoted careers halfway through, but they each served each other, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life just brings you along
Yeah.
where you need to be. Honestly, beginning of your program, I thought, I need to become what Leah is because I want to help people.
I will say that we get that a lot. And then they go, you spent how many years studying? Never mind. They take it back. But
It could be worth it though.
it is so worth it to like learn and share that. And we have quite a few clients who have gone on to study health and went on to even become FDNs and then continue their education. And I think it's worth it. If that's something you're deeply passionate about, I think you can't go wrong there.
Well, I think we should have a chat about that as well then.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, ladies. So if you want to book a consultation call and see if HRP is going to be a good fit for you, you can just go to bit.ly. That's just bit.ly, I think, bit.ly/HRP free call, and you can pick a time that works for you.